The Philadelphia Eagles draft is coming up. I mean, we're already almost in March. April will be here in no time. In this video, I'm going to talk about a couple draft prospects that I like at the safety position. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. For those of you who are new to the channel, love talking Philly sports every single day, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Now, if you guys are excited as I am about the Philadelphia Eagles 2020 draft, smash that like button. And oh, by the way, this helps the content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's talk about today's content. Like I said in my last video and the community post I've been doing, I wanted you guys to pick my next topic, whether it be draft prospects at the linebacker position or draft prospects at the safety position. Now, this race was really close, but the safeties did win by 1 vote. Because of it being so close, I will still put a linebacker video out maybe on Thursday, and by the end of this week, during the weekend, I want to have a full 7-round mock draft up. Now, that will be my first one of the year, and I will do one more right before the draft when everything starts to settle in. We will talk about that. But in this video, I will be talking about safeties I think the Eagles could potentially target in the first round or the second round or the third round or the fourth round. Now, if you guys been following me, you know how I feel about the Eagles' first round pick number 21. I don't believe it's going to be put on a safety, but in this video, I said if the Eagles would go safety at first, this is who I think will be there and I take. Same with the second, third, and fourth. With that being said, we all know I want, and most of you guys want, to get a receiver, preferably by the name of Henry Ruggs III. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be there at 21. Some people say he might fall. I'm not a believer of him falling that far, but I wouldn't be mad if the Eagles moved up to 15, 16 to get a Henry Ruggs. We wouldn't have to give much up. We have 2/3, we have 3/4. I think we could work something out with like a Tampa Bay or a Denver. I don't know. We'll have to see. But now, just imagine Henry Ruggs, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy's not there. And the 2 cornerbacks that I think the Eagles are kind of looking at in the first round, and Trevon Diggs and C.J. Henderson, say they're not there. Now, the Eagles want to make sure they hit on this first round pick, so they want to go best player available. Maybe they do go a safety then, because there might be one safety who is a ball hawk who might be there at pick number 21 in the first, and then they might go their wide receiver in the second round. Who knows? You guys know I want a wide receiver first or a cornerback, but I'm not part of the Eagles organization, and you never know how the draft works when it comes down to that. Howie has been known to move up and make some splashes, so you never know. Now, let's stop talking and get down to the 4 safeties I would look at in the first, second, third, and fourth, potentially, if the Eagles would went that route. Let's start with my first round pick. He would be Grant Delpit, 6'3", 201 pounds, out of LSU. Let's talk some pros. Very intelligent player. Processes plays quickly and is always around the ball. 2, great at securing takeaways and breaking up passes in the middle of the catch point. 3, he's just a versatile player. Can blitz the passer and pretty much can line up anywhere in the back 7. He's a ball hawk. Straight ball hawk. Let's talk one kind of con that kind of lingered with him. Although 2019 tackling has been better, 2018 and the beginning of 2019, he whiffed on some tackles. Also, he could be a touch loose in zone spacings, but that all can be fixed. Grant Delpit, he is a baller. And as of now, I think Xavier McKinney is ahead of him in the rankings for top safety in the draft. But I've seen some projections where Grant passes him, then Xavier passes him, so they're going back and forth. I do think Xavier McKinney will come off the board first out of Alabama. So if the Eagles don't have what they're looking for up there and he's the best player available, I don't know. Like I said, I doubt they will go first round safety, but if they did, that would be my choice at the first round. Now, let's talk about second round talent who, I don't think would fall to the first, but he's making some noise out of a small school. Let's talk about the guy I would take in the second round if, again, potentially the Eagles went that route. Let's talk about it. Kyle Duggar. He is 6'1", 217 pounds out of Lenoir, Rhine. Let's talk some pros. An explosive athlete with terrific size, he's physical, and he doesn't miss tackles. 2, has no physical restrictions in terms of assignments in zone, man, or playing in the box. Can do it all. 3, he can play linebacker, running back. He also returns punts. He had 2 punt returns for touchdowns. Just a terrific athlete. Let's talk a little bit of cons. A small school, D2 college. Against lesser competitions, he tends to process slow and just lets his physical gifts carry him. He will have to work on technique in the NFL, but with his skill, that can easily be learned. Kyle Duggar is in a small school, so some people say lesser competition, easier to beast in. Now, they say he has slow tape. What that means is that he reacts more. He's not using the right technique to get there, but at the end of the day, he's getting there because of his physical gifts. In the NFL, he'll have to study more, do a little bit more technique training, but the guy is big, strong, and fast, and very versatile. He played running back, he played linebacker, he returned punts for touchdowns. He's a physical athlete. That's what you call an athlete, a do-it-all kind of guy. I think he'd be good pickup for the Eagles or any team in the second round. Small school don't mean nothing nowadays. Look at Carson Wentz. Look at Dallas Goedert. Both them guys came from the small schools, and they're balling for the Philadelphia Eagles. But like I said, that's only if we would have went that way in the second round. Now let's talk about a guy who I would look at in the third round. And for the majority of this offseason, I thought he was going to be projected in this second round. He's been slipping. I don't know why he's been slipping, but in the third round, I think it would be a steal. Let's talk about him. Ashton Davis. He's 6'1", 195 pounds out of California. Let's talk some pros. Dynamic range, can flow side to side, great closing speed. 2, good zone coverage and can hold his own in man coverage. 3, high motor, physical, and tough. Let's talk some cons. Sometimes he takes bad angles in run support. Can use some help in run support. And looks for the big hit way too much. Sometimes he just needs to wrap up and not try to get the big hit. Ashton Davis. I seen him projected for the second round in the beginning of this offseason. He's more now slipping to the third roundish. Maybe could still go in a second. The dude's a playmaker, though. He's a physical hitter. Just got to get his mind right and start wrapping up because he tends to whiff on some tackles if he tries to lower his head and just really ram you and doesn't secure the tackle. But that's all teachable at the NFL level. Being only 195 pounds, some packages, like I said, he needs some help in run support. But the Eagles got a great run defense. He's a guy who can play that maybe single high because he wants to run side to side, manage his field, and be able to make a play on the ball. I think he's a pretty good pickup if we could get him in the third round. Now that we got the first and second round out of the way, and even the third round, we're going to talk about the fourth round. I do believe the Eagles will look to add a safety in the draft. I think with the Eagles having 2 third rounds, if we don't trade up for something in the first round and we keep both 2 third rounds and 3 fourth rounds, this will be the area where the Eagles look for a safety. I think they can look for a safety with one of their 2 third rounds or definitely one of their 3 fourth round picks. And this guy, I believe, can fall to the third, but I even think he might fall to the fourth. He's a sleeper, and I like this guy a lot. Let's talk about this guy. This is a guy I think the Eagles really could target because with our second, third round pick, he might be there. With the early fourth round pick, he might be there. So we can get our safety who might need a little work, but just got ball hawking skills. Let's just talk about the guy. Here he is. Jermey Chinn. He's 6'3", 219 pounds out of Southern Illinois. Let's talk some pros. He has recorded at least 3 interceptions and 5 pass deflections in every season during his college career. 2. He's great at tackling in space and great in run support. A big dog who can man the middle. 3. As a nickel linebacker and strong safety, he's rangy at the catch point to undercut the football or attacks with aggressive angles. Now, let's talk some cons. He struggles with man coverage. Flat out, he's not that good at man coverage. He tends to give up too much cushion. He's better in zone, but he really needs to work on man coverage. But other than that, he is a pretty good safety. Man, he does need help in man coverage, but more along the lines when he's playing a guy in the slot, a receiver, that is when he needs help on. When he's playing against a tight end or a runner back out the backfield, he can hang with them. Plus, like I said, he plays in the box, he can play in run support, and when he does drop back in zone, he is a ball hawk. 3 interceptions every year since he's been in college, and 5 pass deflections every year since he's been in college. So, he's not that great in man, but at the safety position, you're not really asking your safety to come play man all the time. They're going to play deep zone, middle zone. They're going to do something along them lines. Plus, he can blitz the passer. He's 219 pounds. He gets physical. Now, he's one of my favorite out of all of them, not because he's better than them, because I think he can fall to the 3rd round or the 4th round. I picked him at the 4th round, and that's where I would love the Eagles to try to get him. Now remember, we got 2 3rd rounds, and we got 3 4th round picks. If we could get Jermey Chim with one of our 4th round picks, that means we still get our receiver at number 1, our cornerback at number 2, whatever at the 2 number 3s, whether it be offensive lineman, defensive lineman, linebacker, whatever you guys want, at them 2 3rd round picks, and still get a safety who I think could play at a high level, who's underrated in the 4th round. Now, I saw him move up and down between the 3rd round and the 4th round, but this would be a perfect pick to me at the 4th round. Now, yes, Grant Delpit, he's the number 1 guy, but are we really going to give up? Are we really going to go safety on the 1st round? Who knows? Kyle Duggar, a great safety. Are we going to really use our 2nd round pick on the safety? Who knows? But that's why I think Jermey Chim fits perfect. He can get all the other stuff out the way, and in the 4th round, still get a safety who I can see playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. With all that being said, let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think the Eagles could go safety in the 1st round, or the 2nd round, or the 3rd round? Or do you think we will get our safety in the late 3rd round and in the early 4th round? Do you think that's when we'll get our safety? Let me know in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. Let me know. I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. I appreciate you guys 100%. Like I said, stay tuned for my linebacker video and my 7th round mock draft. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.